Yo guys, welcome back to the channel. Another busy day today in the workshop, because what we are busy with today is we have a V8 twin turbo in the shop. We have the 330 Ci sitting at the back, and we have the n54. We know what's the problem on the n54. We know what's the problem on the 330 Ci. We don't know what's the problem on the V8 twin turbo. But that being said, let me take you through everything that we have done so far and what we're going to be doing over the next couple of hours, and see if we can document a little bit of the stuff that we got going on. So this is the original head from the 330 Ci, and we just did a quick test to see if the valves are actually seating properly. And as you can see, where the water is dripping on this cylinder here, so this cylinder number 3, the valve is not seating properly there. Cylinder number 5, the valve is not seating, as well as cylinder number 6, the valve is not seating. So the plan for this guy is to take what's good from one engine, 2 engines, use this head. That head is messed up, and basically create one whole engine out of this whole big puzzle that's sitting here on the floor. We have the cams from the one engine here, we have the cams from the other engine sitting on that side there. So basically, in essence, is to get one good running engine. The amount of work and effort that has gone into this particular exercise is tremendous. So as you can see, the motor is out now for the second time, and we're going to be redoing it from one motor to the other motor, and just take our time and go through from that particular perspective. In terms of the n54, as you guys would have seen, I'll play a clip for you guys now. So as you see, there was like about a 0.5 millimeter gap on the exhaust valve sitting on the n54 head. So what that caused the misfire. Now, that being said, long story short, I moved both the injectors, the coils, the spark plugs, and everything that surrounded the ignition system, and the misfire did not move. It stayed on cylinder number 6. Therefore, we did a compression test on cylinder number 6, and we were able to find out that it had an exhaust leak on the car. Fortunately enough, the piston was still good enough, so it had a minute bend to it, but fortunately enough, that thing was still okay. So in terms of the n54, we got the head back. We replaced the one exhaust valve that was leaking, which was this one here. We replaced this exhaust valve on. The head is back on. We're waiting for the new head studs. We put the new head studs in on the car, then reassemble this car and take it from there. And hopefully we have some good news in terms of the actual motor itself. And sitting here, we have our M5 that came into the workshop. Nice looking spec. I don't know if the wheels are actually bronze or how they are. So yeah, it actually looked like it has some bronze wheels on it. Looks actually cool with in the light, like how it looks. So what we have going on here is that we have a misfire on one of the banks, and we have an oil leak sitting on that side there. So under extreme throttle, this particular motor is giving now a misfire. So the plan now is for us to check the coils, check the injectors, check the plugs on the side here, come over onto the side, see what's the leak on the side here, and then take it from there to understand what's going on. But yeah, very beautiful motor, nice to work on, very tight on this side here, but yeah, eventually we will get to it. One plug, and what I've noticed is you can see my entire socket is filled with oil, so it looks like the valve cover gasket on both cylinders are actually leaking, which makes me wonder as to why these valve cover gaskets are leaking. These generally don't leak, so yeah, but fortunately enough, on the tip of the plug we don't have oil on the tip of the plug, so that's a good thing. But the plug itself, if you look at the coil, you can see the oil on the coil as well. So yeah, a big job ahead of us, but let's see how we're going to tackle this one by one, small steps. Taking out all of bank number 2, which is cylinder 5 to cylinder number 8. I've just put them on the floor to give you guys a visual representation of all of the oil that was sitting. So every plug had oil except number 5, but the misfire was intermittent between all of these 3 here. So next step involved is we're going to remove the valve cover off the car, and once the valve cover is off, we'll see what's the actual issue going on down there below. Kelvin is just busy removing some of the wires, getting his bank cleared on his side there, And once his bank is cleared, then we can move on to this bank and I can remove my stuff from this side. Yeah, a lot of work involved in this one, guys. Hope you guys enjoy the content. Maybe some of you guys for the first time will see the inside of the valve train on the S63tu. Cool stuff. So we're pretty much halfway through the entire process itself. What we've done is we've removed all the harnesses, we've removed the coils, we've removed the lines. We're just going to remove the fuel line now, and then once that is done, we'll be able to remove that valve cover on that bank, and then we'll remove the valve cover on this bank here as well. It looks a bit more cluttered on this side because the ECU sits, well, there's two ECUs, but prominently the plugs reside on this particular bank here. We'll remove the valve cover off. Once the valve cover has been removed, I'll give you guys a quick glimpse of what's happening there on the inside. N54 is still standing at the moment, busy on this particular project. Once we get the head bolts for this car, we'll start with this car. So Kelvin will be working on the M5, I'll be working on the N54, and then once we're done with that there, we'll go back to the 330 Ci and start assembling the engine. So a good 3-4 days worth of work still left here. So we finished up pretty late with the M5, but we got to what we needed to achieve for the day itself. Both the valve covers are off, one bank. The second bank, I'll try my best to give you guys a good representation of how the valve train actually looks on the inside. It still looks very clean on the inside, but it was neglected. I mean, there was sand sitting stuck with oil, and almost like this car was driven in a desert or something like that there. But yeah, nonetheless, the inside of the motor actually looks pretty decent. We'll clean up the inside of the cylinders as well. The injectors are faulty, so just as an example, I'll run my hand in this hole. This is where the injector is, and that's the sand and the grime and everything. Ugh, it's just utterly disgusting. Yeah, I have to figure out a way how to clean all of these injector ports out as well. So a bit of work there. In terms of the chains, they're still pretty much solid on the car itself. You can have a look at the turb skis down there. Small little boys. I wonder if they're ball bearing or they're journal bearing. Let's have a look and see. Nah, they're journal bearing. A bit of back and forward play, but minimal. Ooh, I see a problem here. The side to side movement is a lot on this turbo, eh? Yep, it's a lot. I wonder how's it on this side here. Let's have a look on this side. No, this is still good. This turbo would have to need to come out. Yeah, the back and forward motion on that turbo is bad. As opposed to on the left hand side. Okay, so that being said, I can cover up here. Put a cloth here. Okay, so here's the other car here. Other car is pretty much almost, head is in, turbos are in. Now it's just to assemble everything around the motor, put the valve train in and so forth. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this particular video. It was a shop life type of vlog, but we'll continue tomorrow. We'll put this on. Maybe we'll go for a test drive in this here. I'll have to contact the owner with regards to the turbo on the one side and let him know about that there. Get this one down, see if she's ready, and start with the one at the back. Till we meet again. Peace.